talk about underpainting today. Underpainting technique was created by celebrity makeup artist Mary Phillips. If you haven't heard of her, some of her clients include big time celebrities like Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, Jennifer Lopez, which she famously uses this underpainting technique on. This technique is taking TikTok by storm, and I am so eager to share this with you guys. My name is Teresa. Welcome to my beauty channel. All the videos I post are all about helping you elevate your makeup techniques and to ultimately help you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin. Sounds good to you? Please like and subscribe for more and keep on watching. So what is underpainting and why should you try it? Simple terms, underpainting is essentially applying your contour and then your highlight and concealer before foundation. This is different from the more traditional technique where you apply your foundation, then your contour, then your bronzer, and blush afterwards. Why is this technique more favorable to the older traditional technique? Well, with the older traditional technique, by applying foundation first and then layering on contour and blush afterwards, you tend to get more clear demarcations and unblended lines. It's a lot more unnatural. But with this technique, because you apply the contour and highlight first, and then apply foundation over it, it all blends really seamlessly and airbrush, and it really does look like you're sculpted and lifted from within. So before you start, this is what you'll need for this technique: a cream contour, a liquid foundation, a concealer, and then for brushes, what you'll need is a contour brush, a concealer brush, and then a powder fluffy brush. This will all make sense in a little bit. Starting with contour, I have the M Cosmetics. This will be listed down below in more detail. And then my foundation, which I'm gonna mix it with, because I find that for me personally with contour, it ends up looking super muddy. So I like to mix my foundation and cream contour together. Mixing it together like this, just so that the contour is not too jarring or intense. That's just a preference of mine. You can totally skip the step of mixing it with your foundation. And then you're gonna apply this to where you like to apply contour. So for me, it's right along my cheekbone and then along my jawline like this. And then also the forehead you can do. And blend it out just a little bit. The same thing on the other side. So apply my cream contour right on my cheekbone and then along my jawline. Blend downwards, also upwards. And then blend that out. Doesn't have to be perfect because we'll be applying foundation over all of this, but you get the gist. And what I really like what Mary Phillips said is that you can think of this cream contour underneath your foundation as laying the bones of your facial structure. Next up is the concealer. This is about 1 shade lighter than my normal concealer tone, and that's on purpose because you want to think of this like a highlighter as well. It'll double as both a concealer and a highlighter, and you're going to apply this to the center points of your face that you either want to bring forward or brighten. I'm going to do the under eye area because I want to brighten that up, around the nostrils, down the bridge of my nose, my T-zone area right here, and then my chin, a little bit on my mouth. This is what it should look like. If you want a screenshot, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. I love this concealer brush, by the way. This is the Sephora Collection number 71. It has a really unique tapered shape that is amazing for blending out any precise small areas. Like right now, highly, highly recommend. If you're OCD like me, you can take a dry beauty blender and just soften out any streaks. Now for the fun part, liquid foundation. She says to put that in your hand, and then she takes a powder fluffy brush and she uses this to apply the foundation, which is supposed to give you a super airbrush finish. I've never done this before, so I was super excited to try it. So here we go. And what I like to do with this is first apply the foundation in areas where I don't have any product. So right below where I applied the cream contour, just so that that area has some coverage. And then I'll go in the center of my face and just start buffing it out there where I applied the concealer. So this is just laying on top of it. And then with any excess, I then go over where I applied the cream contour. I don't like to apply too much foundation over the cream contour because then it kind of just takes away the cream contour, but by using just the excess amount of foundation, it's just enough just to buff it away and blend it out a little bit, but still have it peek through. This is what it looks like when it's all blended out. I haven't even set it yet, and look how gorgeous and natural everything looks. You don't see any clear lines of the cream contour anywhere. It just looks like this is my sculpted bone structure, which is amazing. And then I love the fact that the foundation was applied using this fluffy powder brush, because it really does just give you a super natural airbrushed skin-like finish. Gorgeous. And now let's set it. My favorite setting powder at the moment is the One Size. I just feel like this is such a heavy duty, amazing setting powder that just really works. I haven't found anything quite like it, so if any of you have found a better setting powder, please let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna apply this to a powder puff, and then with the powder puff, I'm just going to fold it over like this, just so that it blends everything out. Very even distribution. And then I'm going to flick off any excess. And then this is my favorite hack. Once I have all the powder in a powder puff, I like to then spray it with setting spray, just so it helps to melt down the product, especially because powder can sometimes be way too drying and mattifying, but by spraying some setting spray into it, it helps melt it all together. And then when you apply it onto the skin, it just looks super dewy yet matte, if that makes any sense. So with my little puff, I'm gonna start rolling this onto my skin so that it starts to evenly distribute both the setting powder and the setting spray. I love this hack. Please give it a try. It has been totally game-changing when I set my makeup. Next step, you can apply your blush. I like to apply a powder blush after I've done the underpainting technique. I think she uses a cream blush, but I prefer a powder blush because I just find it to look a little bit more natural, personally, on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my powder blush. I love this one from Nars in shade 3. I've listed it down below. I like to put a little bit on my eyes just to tie everything together. My chin, my forehead, my nose. And that is that. So this is the final result. So natural looking. Everything is seamlessly blending together. I contoured my face, but you can't even really tell because the foundation on top of it just blended it out really nicely. I think this is a fabulous technique to use on the everyday. It's super quick, easy, and super natural looking. So give this a try. And if you have any questions about this technique, please let me know in the comments. As always, please like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next week.